These EuroLeague Dynasties changed the game forever. Like, comment, subscribe. Somebody send me this video. Shout out to my guy Muminovich for following me on Instagram. If y'all want to follow me, make sure y'all do follow me. And if y'all want to be a part of my group chat of all my overseas and EuroLeague fans and supporters, make sure y'all DM me group chat after y'all follow me. With that being said, let's see what this video is hitting on. Now, shout out to EuroDynasty. They only have 2 subscribers, so let's run their shit up. If this video is that good, all right? I don't know how this video is about to look. It only has 8 views on it, so we're going to check it out, see what it's talking about, and then we're going to go from there and talk about it, all right? Oh, like the edits.
Pretty much. They missed the 2 free throws. We got the ball. Yeah, 1 minute to the end. Pressure. Finito.
That's what I thought it was, right?
Won the game.
I never forget this.
In 2002, a team from Madrid walked into a Final Four and played basketball that the rest of Europe had never seen before.
Yeah. Oh. 2 hands to safety.
Not faster, not more athletic, smarter.
Yeah.
Systematically, brutally smarter. They passed the ball 23 times before taking a shot, and every single pass made the defense worse. When the shot finally came, it was open.
Yep.
It was always open.
You finally got it, and you get it.
The people watching didn't know it yet, but they were watching the future. Not just the future of European basketball. The future of the game itself.
Finally, it was really great result for us.
That's fire. That's fire.
We talk about dynasties in basketball like they're about trophies, about rings, about titles stacked on top of each other.
I like the sound effect. That was kind of crazy.
But the dynasties that actually matter, the ones that reach across time and change how the game is played, those aren't defined by what they won.
Yeah.
They're defined by what they made everyone else do differently. This is a story about 4 of those dynasties.
As a team, if we stay calm, if we stay like a team, we can win the game.
4 organizations that didn't just dominate EuroLeague basketball. They cracked it open, rebuilt it, and handed it back to the world in a different shape.
Okay.
By the end of this, you won't just know who won, you'll understand how they won and why it still matters today, including on courts in the NBA.
Fire.
Let's start where the modern game begins. Real Madrid's basketball program is older than almost any other professional club in the world.
I didn't know
They've
that.
been winning championships since 1964. But the version of Real Madrid
I didn't know that.
world,
I didn't know that.
Winning champions.
63, 64, they won 2, 64, 65, 65, 66, 66.
Since 1964.
That's fire.
But the version of Real Madrid that changed the sport wasn't built on history.
Yeah.
It was built on a philosophy. And that philosophy had a name, Ettore Messina.
They probably
Messina.
discover something.
Messina arrived at Real Madrid in 1998 after already winning EuroLeague titles with
That's when I was born.
And Virtus.
98. That's the exact year I was born. So when I was being born, you would get the job.
in the 1990s. What he brought wasn't a system in the mechanical sense.
Yeah.
Not a set of plays you run from a sheet. What he brought was a way of thinking about offense that treated every possession as a chess problem with a correct answer.
That's dope.
The principle was simple to state and almost impossible to execute. Every offensive possession should end in either a high-quality shot or a free throw, and the path to that outcome should be designed before the play starts, not improvised after it breaks down.
He coached in the league, too.
In practice, this meant Real Madrid ran what analysts now call structured read and react offense, sets that looked like motion but had specific triggers and counters embedded in them.
Yep.
If the defense gave you X, you took X. If they took X away, you had already been trained to find Y. The result was a team that almost never got stuck, almost never forced shots, almost never gave possessions away through chaos. In 2000, they won the EuroLeague. In
2000, they won the EuroLeague.
Never gave possessions away through chaos. In 2000, they won the EuroLeague.
Okay, hey, real quick, just to speak on what they were just saying, it's very important as a coach, or it's very important to have a coach that coaches you through like adversity, right? So when I say adversity, look what he just said just now.
Find why. The result was a team that almost never got stuck, almost never forced shots, almost never gave possessions away through chaos.
You hear that? Never forced, no possessions of chaos. That is very big. It's very important. This is a coach that knows, okay, we could be in a certain set, but even if we're not in a certain set, we just get the offense flowing. We get the offense moving. We get the ball flowing from side to side. He understands ball movement. He understands that you have to shift defenses. He understands that you can't be a robot. So even if I draw up this play, if that read isn't open, I need you to make the best read out of the play. And you need somebody like that. You need a teacher or a coach like that, because when people are trying to play too robotic, or when people are just looking for a certain action off of a play, he's teaching you not to be a robot. Okay, well, if they defend this well, next option. If they defend that well, next option. You got to always have that next option mindset, because if you don't, you're going to fall so in love with that one option. And if that option is not there, you're going to be stuck.
In 2000, they won the EuroLeague.
2000 won the EuroLeague.
2003, they won it again.
2003 won it again.
What stands out watching the footage isn't the athleticism, it's the patience.
Yeah.
Real Madrid in those years played slower than almost any team in Europe. They held the ball, they probed, they made the defense communicate 40 feet from the basket, which is exhausting.
Yeah.
And then they attacked the breakdown that exhaustion created. This was not sexy basketball. Spanish commentators sometimes criticized it for lacking spectacle.
Yeah.
But it was correct basketball. And correct basketball, over 40 minutes, wins more than it loses.
Yeah, facts.
Here's the basketball insight that most people miss about that Real Madrid era. They didn't just use the Spain pick and roll. They weaponized the counter to it. Most European defenses in that period were beginning to understand how to hedge against ball screen actions. Step up on the ball handler, recover the roller.
Yep.
Messina's teams read that hedge in real time and built skip passes and corner relocations into the set that punished it.
Exactly.
By the time defenses adjusted, another action had already started.
Exactly.
The basketball world took notice. But the team that truly took Messina's ideas and industrialized them was not in Spain. It was in Greece. Say the name Panathinaikos to any European basketball fan over 40.
Panathinaikos. Shout out to Panathinaikos, man.
Watch their face change. Between 1996 and 2011, Panathinaikos reached the EuroLeague Final Four 10 times. They won the title 6 times.
10. Won it 6.
In a competition where parity is enforced by budget, geography, and the brutal unpredictability of European playoff basketball,
ball screen.
One Greek club from Athens won it 6 times in 15
Downhill.
years. That is not normal. That requires explanation. Greek club from Athens won it 6 times in 15 years.
6 times in 15 years.
That requires explanation.
SOD.
Part of the explanation is organizational. Panathinaikos built a culture of winning that functioned as its own recruitment tool.
Yeah.
Players came not just for money, but for the chance to be part of something.
Yeah,
The
facts.
green jersey carried weight. In Athens, Panathinaikos basketball was not a sporting event.
And you got to think about it too. Yeah, obviously people are coming for money, whether you're an import or whether you're somebody who is coming from a different place. You're somebody whose hometown is Greece in this situation, right? Obviously, you want to come there for the money. You want to come there because this is one of the hottest teams in the world, right? But if you're an American, you got to think about this, right? This is a whole culture shock to somebody who's not from here. To somebody who is from the United States or somebody who's from America, obviously you're coming over here because you're getting paid big bucks, right? But at the same time, like, the atmosphere, the environment, just the culture is so different.
Tool. Players came not just for money, but for the chance to be part of something.
Part of something
the green
big.
Jersey carried weight. In Athens, Panathinaikos basketball was not a sporting event.
Yeah.
It was a civic religion. But culture doesn't win championships by itself.
Exactly.
Tactics do. The architect of the tactically transformative version of Panathinaikos was Željko Obradović,
Yeah,
the most
Željko.
decorated coach in EuroLeague history.
Uh-huh.
9 Euro-
We just dropped a video on Željko. If y'all haven't checked it out, make sure y'all go tune into that. It dropped like 2 or 3 days ago. Željko is really that guy.
EuroLeague
Really
titles
that
across
guy.
his career, 4 of them with Panathinaikos.
Yeah.
When people in Europe talk about coaching genius, they are usually, if they're being specific, talking about Obradović.
Yes, sir.
What Obradović built at Panathinaikos was a defensive system so sophisticated and so physically demanding
Yeah.
that it changed the standard for what was expected of professional European players.
Uh-huh.
The core of it was this. Panathinaikos defended with aggression at the point of attack while
Got to.
maintaining perfect structural discipline in help rotations.
You got to.
Most teams pick one or the other. You either gamble at the ball and accept that your helpers will scramble, or you sit back and concede easy pull-up jumpers.
Yeah.
Obradović
They was
demanded
doing both.
simultaneously. He could do this because he selected and developed players who understood geometry, where
Yeah.
to be when the ball is on the wing, how far to shade toward the paint when your man is one pass away, The result
Little
was a defense that
details.
was simultaneously the most aggressive and the least gamble-prone in EuroLeague.
Hey!
They didn't give up open threes because they had already accounted for the kickout before the drive started. Offensively, Panathinaikos ran through their bigs in ways that were ahead of their time.
Big facts.
Dimitris Diamantidis, arguably the most complete European player of his generation, functioned
Go.
as an offensive processor.
Go.
He didn't take over games. He made games unmanageable for defenses by making the correct read faster than defenders could communicate.
Facts.
He was the human embodiment of Obradovic's system. The 2009 Panathinaikos team, which beat CSKA Moscow in a Final Four that still...
Ooh, did I know that? Might gotta react to that game, y'all. If y'all Pana fan, or if y'all EuroLeague fan and y'all want to see that game, please let me know. We'll react to it.
Discussions today demonstrated something profound. A system that is perfectly internalized by players who believe in it is virtually impossible to prepare for in a week. You cannot scout a mindset. Let's talk about the other side of that rivalry. CSKA Moscow has been the most consistent organization in EuroLeague history since 2006.
Moscow. Now, Moscow's no longer in the EuroLeague. Y'all could tell me why one more time because I completely forgot. I think it has something to do with the war, but hey, not too sure. Don't quote me. Do not quote me. Y'all let me know in the comment section why CSKA Moscow is not in the EuroLeague anymore. I heard they was a dynasty too. I heard they had some really good teams.
Not the most beloved, not the most romanticized, but the most consistently excellent.
Yeah.
And consistency at that level is its own form of genius. What CSKA built in the mid-2000s under Ettore Messina, who had moved from Real Madrid, and later under Dimitris Itoudis, was something that European basketball had never seen. A squad built like an NBA franchise. Deep, talented at every position, capable of changing the game's pace, style, and personnel matchup by matchup. The financial backing was real, and it would be dishonest to ignore.
Pretty much.
But money alone doesn't explain €6.
Y'all heard what he said?
Was real, and changing the game's pace, style, and price. Deep, talented at every position, capable of changing the game's pace, style, and personnel matchup by matchup.
Yeah.
The financial backing was real, and it would be dishonest to ignore that. But money alone doesn't explain 6 EuroLeague Final Fours between 2006 and 2016. What explains that is the translation of resources into a specific basketball identity. CSKA's identity was controlled aggression. They could play fast, but they chose when to play fast. They could play physical, but they calibrated the physicality to drain opponents over 40 minutes rather than intimidate them in bursts. They were the first European team that consistently made opponents feel like they were playing uphill, not because CSKA was bigger or stronger, but because CSKA was always half a step ahead in terms of preparation. The basketball insight here is about tempo manipulation, and it's one of the most undervalued concepts in the sport. CSKA under Messina would spend the first quarter of a game deliberately varying the pace. One possession fast, next methodical, specifically to prevent the opposing defense from settling into a rhythm. A defense that doesn't know what speed the game is going to be played at cannot optimize its positioning. It has to be ready for everything.
I thought he was going to make that. AK, I thought you was going to make that shit.
Prepared for nothing. CSKA ready for everything. Being ready for everything means being perfectly prepared for nothing. CSKA exploited that uncertainty relentlessly. Theodoros Papaloukas, their point guard in the championship
good shot, corner pocket rocket,
was the instrument of this manipulation. He was not explosive. He was not a great shooter. What he was the most temporally intelligent point guard in European basketball history. A player.
Do y'all agree with that? Please let me know if y'all agree with that, because if so, then we got to watch his highlights.
What he was the most temporally intelligent point guard in European basketball history. A player who understood how the speed of a single dribble could change the calculus of an entire defense. In 2008, CSKA finally broke through and won the EuroLeague title.
That's dope.
Panathinaikos' stranglehold on the competition. The rivalry between these two clubs through the 2000s is arguably the greatest sustained competition in European basketball.
That's a good shot right there.
Different visions of how the game should be played, meeting in playoff conditions every spring, each one pushing the other toward a higher standard. That kind of sustained rivalry doesn't just produce winners, it produces evolution.
They doing hella spin cycles, ain't they?
There was a quiet assumption in European basketball. A ceiling. EuroLeague basketball was tactically sophisticated, yes, but it was conservative. Teams built systems around minimizing
Get off the floor right now.
Creating advantages. The three-point line
your ass
existed as
up.
a pressure valve, not as a primary weapon. Ball movement was virtuous but cautious.
Ball movement is always key. And one.
Then Anadolu Efes hired Ergin Ataman, and then they got Vasilija Micic. Between 2021 and 2022, Efes won back-to-back EuroLeague titles, becoming only the third team in history to accomplish that. But what made those titles historically significant?
Game time.
It wasn't the back-to-back. It was the style. Efes played basketball that finally reconciled European structure with modern offensive freedom. They ran set plays that opened into improvisation.
Oh, that was a good floater right there.
They ran set plays that opened into improvisation.
Float me. Good shot.
That three is up and good from Elijah Bryant.
They used ball
Yeah,
screens not
EB.
as endpoints, but as initiators for multi-action sequences. They spread the floor with shooting, but attacked the paint with physicality. They were the first European team to consistently punish switch-everything defenses,
Good shot.
which had been the tactical trend sweeping both EuroLeague and the NBA, because Mikic could beat any individual defender one-on-one after the switch, regardless of size. Basketball intelligence in what FAs did is worth
Good
unpacking
pass.
carefully.
Oh,
because
give me
it
that.
represents the cutting
No,
edge of
sir.
where European basketball has arrived. For years, switch-everything defense was considered the answer to every high ball screen action. Match up, switch, eliminate the
Downhill,
coverage crease.
one dribble pull-up.
FAs solved it with what you might call the sequenced mismatch,
Ugh.
a set that first established defensive switching behavior in the opening
That was
minutes
the
of
same
game.
play.
Then, once that behavior was locked in,
Hey.
there was a specific action designed to generate a mismatch against the smallest defender on the floor.
Come on. Three beam. So they on the Anadolu now, right?
Isolate that mismatch without allowing the defense time to recover communication. It sounds complicated. In execution, it was devastating, and it forced every EuroLeague defensive coordinator to spend the next 2 summers
Spin
redesigning their
cycle.
switching protocols. Mikic, who eventually signed with the Charlotte Hornets and later Oklahoma City, brought that same intelligent violence to the NBA. His
Yep.
game translated not because of
Facts,
athleticism,
big facts.
he was average by NBA standards, but because the habits of decision-making he had built in EuroLeague were simply correct. You can't guard correct decisions by being faster than them. You have to anticipate them. And anticipating Mikic was, for several years, beyond most teams.
What do you got? MVP? My bad. I was looking at
In
something else.
EuroLeague, were simply correct. You can't guard correct decisions by being faster than them. You have to anticipate them. And anticipating Mikic was, for several years, beyond most teams.
Yep.
With the dribble, gets to the halo. Shane Larkin
Corner
for three.
pocket.
Off
Oh,
the back
maybe not.
iron, ball is in the air, and it's still a loose ball, and there is the final.
Here is the insight that connects
That's
all
sick
of
right
these
there.
dynasties. The thing that ties Real Madrid to Panathinaikos to CSKA,
Yeah.
AFIS, across 30 years of basketball evolution. Every single one of them was built around a central basketball AFIS.
So what are the 4? Real Madrid, Panathinaikos, CSKA Moscow, Anadolu FS. Y'all let me know if those 4 have changed the game of basketball forever.
Years of basketball evolution. Every single one of them was built around a central basketball idea that
Yeah.
was ahead of the competition. Not just better execution of the same idea, a different idea. Messina's Real Madrid said, possession control.
Hey,
I steal plays from him all the time, very honestly. Coach Obradovic is somebody that I enjoy just watching the flow of his game and the way that the team passes the ball and moves.
Yeah.
Obradovic's Panathinaikos said, defensive structure is an art form, not a sacrifice. CSKA said, tempo is a weapon, and the team that controls speed controls everything.
Yeah,
FS
facts.
said, structure and freedom are not opposites. Each of those ideas, when they were introduced, was considered extreme.
Ooh.
Too slow, too rigid, too
Uh-huh.
complex, too
Oh.
risky. New dynasties are formulated. The cycle continues, but it continues on higher ground than it started. And that higher ground was built by the teams in this film. They didn't just change European basketball. They handed the global game a better version of itself.
Facts. I agree with this video, but I don't have all the information or all the knowledge to understand, even though he just broke it down, other entities or other factors why they changed the game of basketball forever. Anadolu FS, Real Madrid, Panathinaikos, CSKA Moscow. Those 4 organizations apparently changed basketball forever. Their dynasties changed basketball forever. Y'all let me know if this is true. Y'all let me know if this video has some truth to it. We're going to keep analyzing. We're going to keep running this shit up. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what to watch next. We already love those 4 organizations, but if y'all want to see more content from those 4 specifically, let me know. I'll see y'all very, very soon. Up next.